What if I told you that the waddle in your walk, that slight side-to-side sway that makes you feel unsteady, isn't just about getting older? What if that fear of losing your balance, that feeling that your hips just aren't under you anymore, isn't a permanent decline? You've probably been told to just walk more, or maybe even to start using a cane, just in case. But no matter how much you walk, that unsteadiness, that weakness, seems to linger. It's frustrating. And frankly, it's frightening. It makes you question your every step. But here's the truth. The problem isn't your main leg muscles. It's not your quads or your hamstrings. The real problem, the one almost everyone ignores, is a small forgotten muscle on the side of your hip called the gluteus medius. This is your master stability muscle. And for most of us, it hasn't failed. It's just fallen asleep. Our brain has lost the strong neurological connection to it. When that muscle shuts down, your body compensates by swaying, creating that waddle. Your brain is simply trying to keep you upright. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple, safe movements. But more importantly, I'll explain why they work on a deeper level. These aren't about bodybuilding. They're about sending a new signal, a neurological wake-up call to reawaken this hidden muscle, restore your brain's trust in your hips, and help you reclaim that feeling of a solid, stable walk. Before we get started, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We're a community here, and we'd love to hear from you. The standing signal, reconnecting to your foundation. This first movement isn't about strength, it's about connection. Think of it like calling an old friend you haven't spoken to in years. You're not trying to force anything. You're simply sending a signal, a message from your brain to your hip, reminding it you're still part of the team. That small, often forgotten muscle on the side of your hip, the gluteus medius, is your body's built-in stabilizer. When it goes quiet, your body starts to sway and compensate. This movement helps you wake it back up, safely and gently. Stand with your side next to a wall or a sturdy chair. Keep one hand lightly resting for support. Your feet are hip-width apart, toes pointing straight ahead. Shift your weight gently onto the leg closer to the wall, your support leg. Place your other hand on the outside of your hip. That's the muscle we're going to find. Without leaning your body, slowly lift your outer leg to the side, just an inch or 2. Small and calm is perfect. Hold for a slow count of 3. You should feel a gentle tightening under your hand. That's your signal. Your gluteus medius waking up. Lower your leg with control, taking 3 or 4 seconds. Repeat 6 to 8 times, focusing on the feeling of that muscle working. Then turn around and do the other side. Breathe naturally. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Keep your hips level. Don't lean or twist your upper body. It's not about height. It's about awareness. If it feels difficult, don't worry about lifting your foot at all. Simply think about tightening that side hip muscle under your hand. Even the mental signal begins to rebuild the brain-hip connection. Need a little more stability? Bend your standing knee slightly and focus on a spot straight ahead. You're not just lifting your leg, you're reminding your brain where your foundation truly is. Every small, deliberate movement you make, is a quiet conversation between your body and your balance system. When you feel ready, we'll move into Ritual 2, learning how to keep that same stability while you step. Ritual 2, the clamshell reawakening your hip safety net. Now that we've reconnected your brain to the side of your hip, it's time to wake up the deeper fibers, the quiet ones that keep you steady before a wobble even begins. Think of this as rebuilding your safety net. These small stabilizers don't shout, they whisper. They catch you in that half second between losing and regaining balance. Most people rush this exercise, trying to work the muscle. We'll do the opposite. We'll slow down and listen. This isn't about strength. It's about reliability. You're teaching your hips to turn on smoothly, automatically, and with trust. Lie on your side with both knees bent, stacked one over the other, about a right angle at the hips and knees. Keep your heels lined up with your hips and shoulders. Rest your head on your arm or on a small pillow. Place your top hand on the outside of your hip so you can feel it activate. Keep your feet touching like they're gently glued together. Slowly open your top knee toward the ceiling, as if you're opening a heavy book. Stop the moment your hips start to roll backward. This is a pure hip rotation. A few inches is enough. Hold for a quiet count of 3. Feel that deep, subtle tightening under your hand. Lower your knee back down with full control, taking 3 or 4 seconds. Repeat 8 to 10 times, breathing naturally and moving with intention. Tempo cue: 2 seconds up, 3, hold, 3 down. Breathe out as you open. Breathe in as you return. Keep your body relaxed. The motion should feel grounded, not forced. If it feels difficult, slide a small pillow or rolled towel between your knees. It shortens the range, making the motion smoother and easier to control. Even imagining the motion, softly tightening the muscle under your hand, begins to rebuild the signal. If you want a gentle challenge later, after a few weeks, you can loop a very light resistance band around your thighs, just above the knees. Keep the same calm tempo. More resistance never replaces good form. Each slow repetition is a conversation between your brain and your balance system. You're not just opening your knee, you're rewiring your hips to feel safe, steady, and ready to respond. When you're ready, we'll move to Ritual 3, learning how to carry that same stability into every step you take. Ritual 3, the side-lying rehearsal, practicing for a stable walk. We've connected, we've strengthened. Now we rehearse. Walking is at its core, a graceful exchange, balancing on one leg while the other moves forward. This final ritual lets your brain and body practice that moment safely, with full control and no fear of falling. When we take gravity out of the equation, your nervous system can focus entirely on the action of balance, on what stability truly feels like. This is your rehearsal for walking with quiet confidence. Begin in the same side-lying position, head supported on your arm or on a pillow. Extend both legs straight forming one long line from your heels to your head. Place your top hand on your outer hip, the same spot we've been reconnecting with. Flex your top foot gently, pulling your toes back toward your shin. Keep your kneecap facing straight ahead, not turned upward. Engage your side hip muscle, your gluteus medius, and slowly lift your top leg 6 to 12 inches. Lead with your heel, not your toes. This helps the right muscle do the work. Pause briefly at the top. Just one calm breath. Lower your leg all the way back down with slow, steady control. Don't let it drop. Repeat 5 to 8 times, staying fully aware of each lift and release. Focus on quality, not quantity. Tempo cue. 2 seconds up. 1 pause. 3 seconds down. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Your goal is calm precision, not speed. If it feels difficult, bend your bottom leg at about 90 degrees. This wider base makes you more stable and helps you focus on form and control. You can also rest your back against a wall for extra security. If you'd like a gentle challenge later, once your form feels steady, try a light ankle weight, just 1 or 2 pounds. Only add it when you can lift smoothly without rocking or twisting your hips. A small load done slowly is more powerful than a heavy one done fast. You're not just lifting your leg. You're teaching your body the feeling of being stable, strong, and self-assured. Each slow repetition is a rehearsal for the steps you take every day. Steps that feel lighter, safer, and more your own. When you're ready, let's bridge this into everyday movement and talk about how to stay safe as you continue building your independence. As consistency beats intensity, you'll gain more stability from a few calm minutes, 5 days a week, than from powering through once in a while. We're not building big muscles. We're rebuilding a clear signal. The easiest way to stay consistent is to anchor these moves to habits you already do. Do the standing signal while the kettle warms, or while brushing your teeth, about 2 minutes. Do the clamshell and side-lying rehearsal on your bed, 2 to 3 minutes. Before you get up, or right before sleep, think cue. After brushing your teeth, that's your cue. Do standing signal for 2 minutes. That's your action. Then mark a simple check on today's calendar. That's your reward. Small, steady signals add up. Most of all, listen to your body. A mild, local muscle tiredness is normal. Sharp, pinching, or sudden pain is your cue to stop, rest, and scale back. This week, try a simple Goal 5 calm practice days. Comment, still strong day 1 of 5, when you start. These movements are gentle, but not for everyone. Talk with your clinician first if you've had a recent hip replacement or any hip surgery, or if you have severe or acute hip arthritis, or bursitis, if you live with significant balance disorders or neurological conditions, practice with a stable support, a wall, or a chair, and consider having someone nearby. After hip replacement, early on, follow your surgeon's movement precautions. For some surgical approaches, that means avoiding certain hip positions, crossing your legs, rotating inward or outward too far, or lifting too high. When in doubt, keep the ranges small and controlled. Stop and seek guidance. If you notice sharp pain, numbness, tingling, unusual weakness, dizziness, this video is educational, not medical advice. Your health professional knows your history. Their guidance is primary. Take a moment and just feel what you've done. You didn't just do some exercises. You invested in your independence. You reclaimed agency over your walk. You sent a powerful, undeniable signal to your muscles, your nerves, and your brain that you are still in control and that you are building a body you can trust. Too often, we are told that aging means inevitable decline, that feeling unsteady or feeling frail is just part of the package. But what you did today proves otherwise. You are not fragile. You are not done. You are simply learning to move smarter. If you found this helpful, and if you're committing to this journey with us, please leave a comment below and write, "I am walking with confidence." Please share this video with someone you care about. Strength and independence are gifts, and they grow when we grow together. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe for more ways to stay strong, capable, and independent for all the years to come. Stay curious, stay consistent, and keep rising.